Hey, what up, Long Beach? Welcome back to the 562.org. It's Tyler.
And Mike, and this Moore League Track and Field Finals video is brought to you by Naples Rib Company, and all of the 562's track and field coverage brought to you by Bryson Financial.
We're at Long Beach Poly, Mike, a different venue for the Moore League Track Finals. Excited to get out here and see the league come together, a return to normalcy. I'd like to say we're back on track, Mike.
You mentioned a return to normalcy. This is hopefully going to be the first full postseason for track and field since 2019. That's nice. We haven't had a state meet in 3 years. These seniors have earned the right to have this nice full postseason. And let's kick things off here with the girls 4x100. Two very good teams here with Poly and Wilson, and that's a nice leadoff leg for River Sampson of the Jackrabbits. Taylor Johnson running hard against Ajane Lucky of Wilson. Obviously, one of the best runners in the 2 and the 4 in the state of California. And as Poly gives it off to Anaya Weish, that's where they're hoping to really extend a lead around the curve, as she's going to give it to Lauren Reed with a nice lead for the backstretch.
A nice Weish lead. Is that a nice lead? Lauren Reed is going to extend that lead as she takes off down the familiar backstretch there for Long Beach Poly, as the Jackrabbits going to win this one. 46:54 is the time for Poly. A nice start for that relay.
And a nice start for Lauren Reed, who would have a very good day. We go to the 4x100. The matchup we're looking at here is Poly versus Jordan. For the Jackrabbits, that's Javon Hampton getting things started off. This Jordan team has really shown us something this year, forcing a co-championship in the Moore League with Poly and Wilson. But look at Jalen Knox exploding down the backstretch on that second leg.
Well, yeah, I mean, you just give him the baton and watch him go. He hands off to the youngster, Jaden Robinson, who has a great leg. Jackrabbits opening up a nice lead here, but watch this, not the smoothest exchange here for the Jackrabbits, and that's going to give superstar sophomore Jordan Washington a chance to catch up. On the football field, we'd expect Dalen Austin to be chasing Jordan Washington. This time it's the other way around.
You know, sometimes you go from the fall to spring, and it's more than just the leaves changing. Really a weird scene, but the Jackrabbits do hold it out 42-33, a great anchor leg from Austin. We go to the girls 1600. Jackrabbit, that long green line out in front, Camille Lindsay. We obviously know that she has been the dominant girls distance runner in the Moore League, and she is going to win this mile with a time of 5:15.96.
Followed by Alexa Bryson and Bryn Jolly as the Jackrabbits go 1-2-3. 1600 Atlantic doing well in the 1600. Now to the boys 1600 as we mix it up here. A great battle. Nico Kolkiko going up against Jason Para just from cross country season. You can see on the bell lap they are hip to hip, but oh man, can I kick it? Yes, you can.
Yeah, Nico really stepped on it down that back stretch. I mean, he said, hey, God gave me the stride, and this is what I'm going to use it for. A great closeout from him to win it in 4:13.49. Not the last we would see of Para. We go to the girls 100 hurdles, where, as expected, Genesis Washington of Wilson, having a pretty easy time, is going to win it in 15:01.
Yeah, great run from her there. Wilson dominating this stretch of hurdles. In the boys 100, that is going to be Isaac Lewis going under with a 14:99. A great race from him. Not his last great race. He had a big day for the Bruins. And now let's switch it over to the field and check in with some of those athletes. Poly's Lauren Reed, as you mentioned, Mike, she had a great day. She doubled up in the long jump and the triple jump. Expect her to be a problem at CIF.
For sure, but very good day for Poly in the jumps. They did get a number of athletes through, and Jaden Robinson's going to win the boys, and Javon Brown from Jordan will win the boys triple jump. And then in the pole vault, we got some pole vault action. Ryan Carranza winning the pole vault boys, and also Audrey Rios for Poly winning the girls pole vault.
Now to the girls 400, and this is a big, heavy Wilson race. We talked about Ajane Lucky. I mean, she is a superstar in the middle. Also, Samara Monroy running right with her for Wilson there in the center of the track. And as they come down the backstretch, Lucky's got some work to do, and she's going to surpass her teammate. A very close finish. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. We always say it. She's both. 55:04 was her winning time.
She said, no lucky, I'll hustle. She's going to get in, as Tyler mentioned, 55:04. We go to the boys 400. And here comes that man again, Isaac Lewis. A little bit of a ball hog in terms of screen time in this video, but he is just a special athlete as only a junior. He is going to run out to win this thing 48-34. And yeah, we're expecting to be seeing an awful lot of him at the CIF finals in a couple weeks.
We said it during the meet. Kid's a star, Mike. Girls 100, let's get the sprints on. And this is a great matchup. You know, we really weren't sure who was going to pull through in this one. Obviously, a lot of green and gold in this race, but it's Anaya Weish that's going to poke out in front and get the victory for Long Beach Poly. 11.9 is her time, and a lot of green jerseys going through to CIF out of that race.
Yeah, for sure. Great time from her. We go to the boys 100 where Jordan Washington, ready, aim, fire. He had high expectations for himself, and the sophomore cashed them in. He is the LBUSD's middle school 100-meter record holder, and he is going to get it done at the high school level with a time of 10:45. Ooh. Peace out. Just edging Jalen Knox. Very excited to see these guys race against each other again in the 200 and then hopefully at Masters and in state as well. But now we're going to go to the girls' half mile where Elisa Washington from Wilson is going to win this thing in 2:25.04. Got out to a nice lead and was able to just manage it.
Though it took its toll, obviously.
Well, hey, you try sprinting a half a mile. I mean, it would probably take me a couple weeks to recover.
That's a hard pass from your boy. Now to the boys 800. More Wilson up at the top. Marcel Francis Mitchell got 3 first names, and he can close out a race as he's got some pressure. This was one of the most exciting finishes of the day, but he's going to hold out and win it with the arms extended. His time 1:57.08 for Wilson.
Yeah, great race from Marcel. We go to the 300 hurdles where it's Kaylin Edwards from Wilson, who is kind of the surprise story here, pushing hard as they're coming around. And for Poly, you know, heavy favorite in this race, but it's difficult when you get into this race because anything can happen in a hurdles race, and it's just physically challenging sometimes to get through these things. Kaylin Edwards of Wilson is going to finish it off, does a great job here with a time of 44.66. She's going to CIF next week.
Yeah, those hurdles races, man, those 300 hurdles really take a lot out of you. But you know who's built a little bit different, Mike? That man, Isaac Lewis. He's just going to come out and do his thing on the boys' side and just look at him separate from the field. I mean, it was just fun to watch him run today.
I think he was just the golden boy for sure. Wilson's had guys step up in the postseason the last couple of years. Philip Jefferson kind of did the same thing in these long hurdles and quarter mile, and it looks like it's going to be Isaac Lewis this year, a time of 38.60. Great performance. Now, in the 200, I wouldn't want to race against Ajane Lucky. What's crazy is between her and Samara Monroy, her teammate, I mean, these they could be racing against each other deep into the postseason. Taylor Johnson from Poly giving her a push as well, but it's going to be Lucky in 24.46.
Yeah, those 200 races, a lot of fun today. Great to watch, and it's part 2, Ring the Bell, Jordan Washington against Jalen Knox. And we just got to have this whole race in there because these two go at it. You know that Jalen was fired up after that peace sign in the 100.
He said 1-800 call my bluff when he comes around that curve and is just going to power his way home. These two should be running against each other all the way to Clovis. We will be there every step of the way, and it's going to be Jalen Knox who gets him in the 21-21. Senior, obviously wanting to close out his league championship here with a gold. We go to the 3200 where Camille Lindsay, she has been draped in green and gold since she got to Poly, and she was not ready to give up anything here at Moore League Finals as she was able to cruise to a win in the 2 mile, 11:35.
Now to the boys 2 mile, Jason Parra, again, very focused in this race. Obviously, was right in it in the 1600, took care of business this time, pulling away through this race and gritting it out to the finish as he gets the win for Milliken, 9:13.04, as he just doesn't look tired enough. I don't know how he does it.
He's the only distance runner who was able to immediately do an interview afterwards. It was pretty impressive. We go to the girls 4x400. We're expecting a great race between Poly and Wilson, expecting to see that a couple of times. It's Kennedy Butler on the leadoff for Poly, handing it off to Kennedy Reed as the Kennedy administration and dynasty going strong for the Jackrabbits. Ajane Lucky says, "Get me that baton because you know I'm gonna go crazy." They're telling Kennedy Reed, "Run for your life," because she knows she's got, or Jalen Hunter, excuse me, because they know she's got Lucky chasing her down. But very impressive composure from the freshman Jalen Hunter to say, hey, I know she's going to make up a lot of ground on me. I'm just trying to hold her off.
And no shame in that. No shame.
Absolutely. She gets to stick around to Taylor Johnson, and she is going to really grit it out to just cross the finish line 3:53.16. As I said, this could be a fun race for the next couple of weeks. And the Wilson boys 4x4 team really ready to get out there and avenge that loss from the Wilson girls. They were so fired up after hearing the crowd cheering for Polly that you're going to see Isaac Lewis coming out a man on a mission here at the end of a long day of track and field.
Yeah, and he's going to get the Bruins off to a great start on that first leg. As you can see the other teams, as Jordan and Polly waving for that baton, Leroy Crook is going to maintain that lead for the Bruins. He's going to hand off to Marcel Francis Mitchell, who obviously we talked about winning his race earlier in the day. And this is this Wilson team. This is their event.
Well, they've been the most consistent 4x4 team in the state of California over the last decade plus. And yeah, you said it. This is the event they plan on stamping all the way through the end of the year. Diego Alvarado is going to finish it off with a time of 3:16.37 to give the Bruins a gold. You see Jordan Washington closing a very nice day for Jordan High School. The Bruins are going to celebrate that one, and we are going to look forward to seeing all these athletes in 2 weeks at May 14th at Moore Park for CIF Finals. And a shout out to Jordan High School. They are the co-champions of the Moore League on the boys' side with Polly and Wilson, and they were really enjoying the first Moore League title at Jordan in 13 years. Our congrats to them.
Yeah, it was just a party on the east side, Mike. It was a great time. We want to thank all of our sponsors, including Ocean Law Center, for their support of local sports coverage. And if you want the coverage of CIF track, Masters, and you know we're going to be at state, you got to stay locked right here at the562.org.